what you have to really look at, in my view, I'm a gradualist, not a shock therapist, is whether the guy is moving in the right direction. And I think there's no question that a number of things have been done by the Prime Minister which are in the right direction.
Such as?
Such as really shaking up the bureaucratic system. That's very important. You see, we are a country which is very hierarchical, going back to the caste system in the old days. I mean, one of my friends used to say that Indians are used to kicking down and licking up, because the system is, the people beneath you just have to accept what you do. Now, given that, you see, the fact that the Prime Minister is defining a particular point of view on, like, you've got to get there on time, you've got to make sure files move very fast. That coming from the top makes the bureaucrats really shape up. And that's part of the game, part of it. Now, the next question is he going to really be able to define a vision? I was a bit worried for a while that he wasn't making an economics appointment, because, I mean, economics is a jealous mistress. And in my opinion, I think he has gotten the best man, someone who combines acute grasp of economics with a great attention to detail.
You're talking about Arvind Subramanian?
No, Arvind Panagariya.
You're talking about Arvind Panagariya and the Niti Aayog.
Yeah,
right.
So that is what he wanted to, and I think it was worth waiting for that, because you really need a superb mind over there who's got that grasp, you see.
Can you really have Make in India without dramatic change? Doesn't change have to be radical? Can it actually be cautious and stealthy? Don't you really have to have radical change if you want to do this Make in India successfully?
I mean, it depends on what you mean by radical. It's like, what do you mean by good governance? People have all sorts of definitions. But it seems to me that by radical here, what the Prime Minister is doing is trying to scale up what he did in Gujarat. The Gujarat DNA partly consists of, creating prosperity. How do you do that? By liberalizing, by international trade, by encouraging inflow of investment. Because the Gujarati DNA is one where you ask an average Gujarati businessman saying, are you afraid of competition in trade? He said, no, the other guy should be, because they are really good at doing it. Foreign investment, they use it as a way of collaboration. They don't expect to be overwhelmed by the foreigners. So the attitude is not that of a small country. Prakash Tandon used to tell me, India's problem is that it is a big country with the mentality of a small country. That is simply not part of DNA in Gujarat, and he's trying to scale it up. Now, I think he's doing it very, very dramatically. Of course, he's not going to be able to do retail sector liberalization, because again, that's where the politics comes in. He can't go against his party, which really has traditionally had a whole lot of what we call petty bourgeoisie. The small shopkeepers and so on. Now he's got a much more diversified, constituency, but he can't abandon the central core. So that is, in my judgment, he's going to do it in about a year's time, while he is consolidating his power. So I think what he's doing is not sitting back, but saying, look, I'm going to do a number of these things, and I'm going to do them, through executive action.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.